Please welcome SAMSON Dauda.
We are just days away from the rematch at the Arnold Classic UK, where SAMSON Dauda is going toe-to-toe with Hadi for the rematch. A lot of things has been happening since the Arnold Classic Ohio. Join me as we go straight to the source. Let me introduce to you SAMSON Dauda in this episode on the Fouad Abiad Media Channel. Welcome everyone to the Fouad Abiad Media Channel, but most importantly, happy birthday, Samson.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
It's your birthday today. How are you feeling on your birthday?
Exhausted, tired, hungry, all the above.
And your wedding. Also, your wedding anniversary is today also, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So what did you give to Marlena to celebrate your wedding anniversary?
Honestly, I even forgot it was my birthday until middle of the night last night.
Yeah.
I literally woke up in the middle of the night and saw a card and tape and go, oh shit. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it's been full on, man. There's been a lot happening. So it's slipped my mind, but I know we definitely, once the show is done, we definitely I think we deserve a big celebration after that. So we know that we definitely have
Arnold Classic Ohio. I think this is your first interview since that.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your experience. But one thing, Samson, I gotta say, when you walked out and you turned from the back, especially, Samson, what improvements you made to your back.
I know, man. I just because even for me, you see it in the gym, you see it in the videos when you do your updates, but you never know what it's like when you get on the big stage, man. And when I kind of turned around, hit the back shot, and I looked on the screen, I was like, holy shit! I was like, damn, that looks good. And it was a proud moment, man, because it's like something that when you put so much time working on, you're hoping that result sort of displays is able to be displayed on stage. So when you start to see that, it not only make you feel good that, yeah, okay, you're finally making progress and it's working. It gives you motivation to be like, okay, now I know what we're doing right now is working. So I want to go back and actually keep grilling at it to make it even better.
So talk to us, Arnold Classic. The lead up was you were a big favorite to win it. A little bit different feel than the one last year with Nick Walker. Talk to us about.
I don't think, because for me, the thing is, some people look at it, Arnold, like they tend to look at it as an Olympia. They kept thinking, okay, defending champ is coming back to whatever.
Okay.
But for me, it's like Hadi's always placed higher than me last time compared to Olympia. So for me, I was going to beat him. It wasn't a case of, oh, I'm going to defend a title. It was going to, win a title. You overcome the guy in front of you. So, everybody's kind of looked at it in terms of, oh, yeah, you're defending champ. I'm like, nah, man, dude, have you seen the guy I'm going up against? So that was the goal and that was the drive for it. He's like, okay, try to bring your best self, try to beat him or to try to match up enough with him. And, and in all aspect of that is what we plan for, is what we work for, is what we try to achieve. And you go on stage, you brought your best to the show, you got on stage and, he came in, obviously, Hadi came in better than he's ever been, and you battled it out with him. And for me personally, I love the experience, man. It was absolutely spot on. We did pre-judging. I absolutely loved it. I was like, yeah, okay, it's a two-man battle. And, going through that sort of phase, especially in a big show like the Arnold, having a two-man call-out, which is not something that usually happens in the Arnold. It's always 3, 4 or something like that. You hardly ever get two-man call-out just like that for 2 nights in a row. So for me, I was like, man, this is what bodybuilding is about. This is what it all comes down to. This is what all that work you put in. This is where it all, the rubber hits the road, that they say. And battling it out, you have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun, and you think, okay, the whole warrior mentality, this is it. So you left the show prejudging, feeling like, yeah, that's what we are. It's going to be a close one, It could go either way, apples and oranges, as they say, whatever physique you prefer, but it could go either way. So he was like, okay, we came back for the finals, we came back better. And, we battled it out again. Everything, there was no premise about at any point where I was like, man, this is, I'm not liking this. Every part of it, I absolutely loved every experience of it. And in the end, when he won, I wasn't sitting there thinking, man, feeling regrettable or feeling shit I was proud. I was like, you know what? Yeah, the best man won. And I shook his hand. I said, bro, man, I love you, you're a warrior. And you know what? Congratulations. there's something to be said when you go head to head, you work just as hard as the guy next to you, the guy just next to you works as hard as you do, and you battle it out like warriors, and then the better man wins. You have no regrets. You have no, oh man, this is, you don't feel anything but pride. And you go, look what we battled out, we gave everybody a show. And it's something that doesn't happen often in bodybuilding. We gave everybody a show. You get a lot of hype into shows all the time. And you be like, oh, it's between these two guys. And then most of the time when you have that hype, it never ever delivers that way. You always like, oh, someone comes in and the mix and things tend to get skewed. Everybody knew it was between me and him going to the show. Everybody was hyped to see a two-man battle. And that's exactly what they got. And it's just unfortunate, you come out of the show and it's like, everyone's like, oh, no, 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 well, this is not what this is no, you didn't win. I was like, yeah, but it's a battle. Somebody is bound to lose.
So quickly, last year for people, there was no two-man call-out with you and Nick Walker. It was you, Andrew, Nick. Was it a three-man call-out, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was three-man call-out all through.
Here, it was a two-man call-out, so it's got to feel good that you and are like Rafael looked tremendous, but still, it was just you and Hadi for the win. There was no third man involved there. No. When you say you walked off stage, you were feeling good, and then you talk to us a little bit. How as an athlete, you walk off stage, even though you lost, you feel good. You brought everything, and then you see a lot of just different opinions.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you do not go head-to-head battle for what? I think we did like four rounds in the pre-judging, and then another four so in the finals head-to-head. You don't do that and don't walk off the stage feeling like, man, it's a close battle. This is good. This is what show is about. Guys battling out, being posed to exhaustion. You don't do all that and say, well, man, this is a disappointment.
No.
Are you kidding me? What show are you watching? And I believe the premise is when we came out of the prejudging, every single person was like, oh, he's close. It's a close battle. He's close. And then the final happens, and we felt that. We came off the stage, and that's why Hadi was so happy he won. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the performance we did. I'm proud of what we brought to the stage. And we were like, yeah, you know what? We gave him a show. The better man won. It's still a freaking, a productive night. It's still something to be celebrated. And then we left the whole weekend with that positive vibe, like, yeah, you know what? This is great. This is bodybuilding. This is what we love to see. This is the best of the best going at it head to head. And nobody at no point saw like, they could have posed them more. They could have done more. Everybody was like, yeah, this is what we love. This is the sport we love. So when you then go home and then later on you find out that, and most of the time, don't get me wrong, most of the time it's for people that are not even there. They're not people at the show. It's people that are not even at the show. You start hearing a lot of talking and stuff like, you're like, dude, really? Really? Do we really need this in this sport? Have we not grown past the idea of that? Do you really think that it's why you got to bring something negative into something that's been so positive and so fruitful? At the end of the day, you just watch, two of the best in the world go at it for 2 nights straight. And all you can come away with that is a negative thinking. Man, what that says a lot about you as a person, not about what's going on in the show. So yeah, it was a disappointing thing, but you know what? We don't want to focus on that. You're gonna have people like that all the time. I just know that we were proud of the package we brought. We were proud of what we did on stage, and you know what? The goal hasn't changed. We are always aiming to be better.
What did you like the most of the improvements you brought to the Arnold, Ohio from? It's been so short with you, but since Prague, what improvements were you the most happy with?
The back double bicep.
Yeah.
The back double bicep. For me, that was one I was like, it was one we've been working on. It's one that we needed, for time and time, there's like, you got to improve, you got to improve. And this time we stood there, next to somebody that has one of the best backs in the game right now. And we hit that shot with him, and I was like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, this is a battle. So that for me was something to be proud of, something that you're working to improve, and you then see it like, wow, yeah, that back has come up. All that work, all that grinding, all that relentless pushing, and all that hard lifting and workout is actually bearing results. So for me, that was the one I was most proud of.
Because that was your, what can you say? That was the body part that was most people were most skeptical 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a personal pride that you bring it up to this level in such a short time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So for me, It's always one of those things where they were like, okay, man, you got it from the front, you got it from the side, you turn around, you just need a little bit more in the back. So, feedback from the judges, feedback from everybody else is like, man, we've seen how much improvement you've been able to make in your back, and especially in a very short time. Show to show you keep improving it, and show to show you keep getting better, and now you're catching up with it. So it's a pride thing. This one is it's a good feeling thing where you're like, okay, yeah, it's working. So that's something I'm proud of.
Yeah, for people at home, Hani Rambod did confirm in interviews that this was the best ever Hadi Chupan. It is not just something you are saying to feel better, or like his own coach confirmed it in various interviews. He looked tremendous. He brought his waist in a little bit more quad sweep. He did a great job. As a bodybuilding fan, watching the Arnold, Samson, the whole world was watching bodybuilding. It was for free. So I know all my friends in India and Brazil and people who might not have the economy of some other people, they can't afford the $75 stream. They were all watching. The Instagram was going crazy because people were allowed to share everything. Commentary with Fouad, Dennis James. Lighting was much better than at Olympia, I must say. There was no distraction going on. And then Samson. Let me ask a pro open bodybuilder who is making money. When Arnold is saying, you know what? It's on. We're going to increase it to $500,000.
This year, the winning prize is $300,000 for the winning. But next year, as you know, the winning prize for the Olympia is $400,000, and I don't feel obliged anymore with the rules. So we're going to go up to $500,000 for the winner next year for the Arnold Classic.
We're going to increase it to $500,000. What goes through your mind as an active open bodybuilder?
Pride, real pride that the sport is growing. The sport is getting bigger. I mean, this year we've had a lot of announcements of not just the Arnold, but all the pro shows prize money going up. And then the New York pro money, prize money went up. Detroit, big prize money. Dubai, another big show with big prize money.
$100,000.
Yeah, I mean, this is signs of growth. This is signs of sport getting better. This is signs of sport, showing progress. And then Arnold to do that is like, wow, now they're officially bigger. They have a bigger prize money than the Olympia, which is something that's never happened in history, And this is it just shows the signs of where it's like, okay, signs of the times. The sports is growing, is getting bigger, and the athletes are now getting rewarded for that, for making that happen. And honestly, there's a pride to it. There's a pride to be part of this era of bodybuilding and seeing that happen. And I just smiled and said, man, okay, hell, I want to compete more.
Obviously, you don't have to say it right now, but what do you think that, let's say the Olympia goes up to 750, it's my prediction, we don't know, maybe even a million. Do you see more guys then having the opportunity to win? You don't have the Olympia, and then you go 4 months later, five because it's going to be in October, March, 5 months. Do you see a lot of the more top guys now joining it, the Arnold?
Yeah, of course. I mean, hell, I've been doing it since I, did my first Arnold. Every year I did Arnold the Olympia since then. And I think, it puts in perspective to give guys more opportunities to make a living from this sport and take more and put more towards actually competing more. So I think this is almost feeling like the guys, they're being rewarded for years of hard work that they put in, and they're being valued, they're being shown their value. And I think what you then see is you then see guys that'll compete more and more frequently and more often. When you know that, you're working and, even now the price for second place at a normal pro show is close to what the price for first place used to be. This is a life-changing amount of money for most of us. It's not something small. People think, oh yeah, but it's not. It's a big deal. So you get guys that want to compete more often, guys that want to take place more often, and not just from the top guys. I'm talking about guys that are coming up. If you're coming up through the ranks now, if you make top 5, you're walking away with more money than you actually spent to get ready for the show. You spent going into the show. This is enough reason to make people want to strive to be more better in this sport, and I think that's absolutely remarkable.
The question, obviously, everyone want to know after the Arnold,
Yeah,
Ohio. One thing, there's a lot of YouTubers out there. There's a lot of Instagram people out there, and
yeah.
for me personally, the more, the better. It's great for the sport, but when it
Hmm.
comes to a lot of people not um, reaching out to you, you get a lot
Yeah,
of false information. Some is
yeah.
just going by rumors, like we heard some YouTubers saying that you already signed with Neil Hill, something we know that's not true. Well, let me ask you
Yeah,
about that. But
yeah,
first, we want to know what we're not going into private detail, but what
yeah.
happened with you and Milos Sarcev that you guys ended ways?
I mean, nothing really happened, man. Look, I've been working with Milos for 2.5 years. He got me to where I'm at now, and I have a lot of respect and pride for him. And I tell him, man, thank you so much, man. We've come a long way together, and you've pushed me to this level, and I'm really prideful for it. And me and Milos, we have a personal relationship, man. It's not just a coach and athlete relationship. There's more to it than that. And it's not a likely decision. It's not a likely decision for you to be like, okay, you know what? I want to try something new. I want to try something different. It's not easy. I mean, that took a lot out of me to even come to that, to that decision, you know. And speaking to him about it is just the fact that we're in a point where no matter how much we bring, they want just a bit more. And we've done how many shows frequently back to back now. And for what they're asking for, we haven't just quite nailed it yet. So it's like, okay, you know what? We have to be open-minded to the idea of, okay, we need a new input to it. Now, it's one different thing if I could just get another coach to come in and say, hey, give me your thoughts. I don't have to go that way. It doesn't work that way, you know. So this is what point where it's like, okay, we have to sort of see if we can find another method and try something that will actually work for me. I don't need to put on size anymore. Milo's done that with me. In terms of bringing that fine minute detail in the last bit of stage, you need somebody that is going to be more expert at having that. He's taught me how to put a size on year after year, how to grow very, very fast in a very short time. And I have nothing but thanks to give him for that. But now, in terms of bringing in that nailing Olympia winning conditioning, you're going to need somebody else to input that, someone else to bring an eye to that. And I think we both understood that, yeah, it's time for that kind of change to happen. And, it wasn't an easy decision, honestly. It was a really, really difficult decision, but it was something that, we both agreed that, yeah, it needed to happen.
And that was after the Arnold UK, correct? Ohio,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, it was after the Arnold, Ohio.
Yeah. So that means obviously you did not choose this before the show or
No.
during the show. This was after, meaning it will be very hard for you to have another coach already lined up. Is that
Oh
correct?
God. Oh God, of course not. The thing is, like, it's almost like, I always put it this way, it's like you breaking up with a girlfriend and already have another one lined up. It
I
doesn't
know.
work that way.
That means you've been
There's
cheating all
emotion.
along.
Yeah, exactly. There's emotions, there's part involved in it. It's very, very silly, and it's a stupid way of thinking. This one is like, it was even making the decision to say, okay, right, we're not gonna go ahead, go further with Milos. It's already a big enough decision.
Itself. Yeah.
The last thing you're gonna throw in the mix of that is to say, okay, now I need another coach. I need to go find another one to jump in the next few days.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You're already getting over a traumatic loss of somebody in your life that plays a big role. To
Mhm.
go into and just jump in something else and make a split decision, especially in this time where the emotion is so high, you're still in the brink of literally in the brink of prep. It's not the time to make rash decision in terms of going picking someone else. So we just wanted to be like, okay, right, we've done that show, we've done enough shows together, we've done this one, and you know what? We have to sort of make way. But for now, we need that peace and quiet of, okay, let's calm down. When the other shows are done for this half of this year, let's calm down, let's have a break, let's relax, let's clear our mind, and then really think about, okay, what the next move would be.
So just to make it clear, when people say I heard this and that and this, meaning you haven't talked to any coach about
No.
anything. People obviously contacted you, but you haven't answered
Yeah.
or kept it. So there's no way people can have a rumor about this and this coach because you haven't even reached out to anyone,
I
correct?
mean, with me, I've always been straight talking. I don't like drama. I don't like rumors. I don't like hearsay. If anything ever comes out about me, I will literally address it straight right there on the spot myself. I don't do I don't do, what they call diva noise. I keep it straight out because I like my life very straightforward and very simple and drama free. So if someone is saying, "Oh, they heard this and they heard this and here say that," I feel like cracking up laughing because I'm like, "Well, you've heard it more before I did.
Yeah,
You know more
yeah.
than I do." So yeah, there is definitely no such thing of anything like that or preset of any idea of anybody we're going to be working with in the future. We really don't have a freaking clue at this point. We haven't even had time to think about it. All we're focusing on is, okay, we get an opportunity to do a show next week. Are we focusing on that? And then we want some downtime, and then we can sit down and then we can start thinking about, okay, what we're going to do going forward.
Yeah, I just want to be very clear because this so people can get it straight from the source. We saw right now, Marlena, your wife, is dialing you in for the Arnold Classic
Yeah.
UK. Before that, you said in your Instagram stories, and by the way, I recommend all people to follow Samson Dauda's Instagram stories when they hear rumors or things, because you can
Yeah.
usually get all the information right there.
Yeah.
You said that she picked you for Romania and
Yeah.
Prague, meaning
Hmm.
she has a lot of experience. And
Yeah.
how did that come that she picked you for those shows when you were with Milos at the time?
Because, we did the Olympia together. Milos was there hands on the ground. He did the Olympia with me when we did it last year. And then when we came back home and we decided we're going to do Romania and Prague, Milos was still in the US. And there's something to be said, there's only so much you can pick up from, videos and stuff like that, especially when it's as close as peak week. As much as it is trying to do something wire through the wire and stuff like that, there's just too many variables. There's not enough thing because you're checking your physique almost every 2 hours and things are changing. You will not pick it up on the phone. You will not pick it on the screen. So when we started out for that show, it was a case of, okay, you know what? Mel has been with me the whole time. I mean, people that know my history know that Mel was the one who not even coached me, but literally brought me into the sport. And then she worked with me through my whole amateur. She coached me throughout all that. She turned me into a pro. She worked with me through my pro debut and all my pro shows all the way through. She's been the one that's been there on deck all the time. So she has a history now. And even now when we work with other coaches, she's been there communicating with them. That's why Milos always says, yeah, Mel, she knows the stuff. He always communicates with Mel against what we're doing, what's going on. She's always definitely been this eye on the ground. So when we come into Romania show, it was like, okay, Milos was going to be here. So it was like, look, we spoke to him, say, okay, Mel has an idea for what she thinks we can do to be better for this one.
Okay.
Should we just give her a try? Let's see what she can do with it. And we was like, okay. And we know she knows the stuff. Milo trusts her. I trust her more than anybody in this world. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Let's see what you can do. And she stepped up and she did it Romania show. She had one idea. We did that. We won the show. It came out better than we were in Olympia. Following week, we were like, man, okay, let's give it another go. She did it again. We won Prague. Now you then sit down and go, okay, the evidence is right there in your hand, right? You can see two for two. So we kind of like, okay, that was a good idea and everything else. That worked. So when we come into the Arnold now, it was a case of, okay, even though what we tried there has worked, we kind of like want to try it again. And with the body, it never responds the same way twice. So kind of like sort of like we took what we took from that show and tried to bring in this one. And even though we did come in better than we've ever looked in this show, it just still wasn't enough to bring us over the line. So it's a case of, okay, hell, now we have to sort of think about this. So when we're coming into the Arnold now, it's like with us no longer being Milos, it only makes sense instead of trying to jump in the boat with someone else, give her another go.
Arnold Classic UK, just quickly, you went on, you said you were feeling a little bit sick, that you might need to go to the hospital. People were talking about, oh no, it's kidney failures. Oh no, he's going to die. What was the story behind this?
I have to take myself to the hospital to get checked out because I don't know, my body is just, I'm trying to push through, I'm trying to train, I'm trying to get through it, but my body is just failing at this point. And honestly, I just don't know what else I could do.
You know what's funny, right? This is the thing with bodybuilding. And I honestly, maybe it's me because I didn't come from this world. I haven't lived in this world for long enough. But when a bodybuilder goes sick, everybody assumes it's the same thing. Oh man, his kidneys died. This is failing. Oh, his body's. I'm like, dude, we can get flu and a cold just like everybody else. We're not freaking immortal. Like, you do catch things, and especially if you spend a whole week where you're depleted, you're dehydrated, your body is in that state, and then you're mixing people nonstop from the moment you're there to through the weekend, after the weekend, your body is vulnerable to catching stuff. You're vulnerable to getting ill. And that's what happened, man. I caught the flu and I came back and I said, look, man, yeah, I got a bad case of flu. As soon as we got on the flight, we were flying back home. I just, my body just went, yeah, you've given it, it's just too much. And it showed. And I was like, holy shit, and it was so bad. And I was coughing and splattering and everything else. It was so bad. I was thinking, shit, I don't know if we don't get over this in the next few days, I might not look good enough to go on stage next week. So we need to do whatever we can to sort out. Something like that. Maybe I'd have to go to a hospital and speak to a doctor and just say, look, can there something I can do to sort of get over it real quick? And that's what we kind of did. Unfortunately, Mel being with me, she caught it as well. So
Yeah.
that sort of thing that sort of happens. And people tend to just take what you say like that and switch it to make it more interesting and more exciting and say, oh man, his body is failing, this is dying, and he's got kidney issues. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. I'm like, yeah. So that's why I always say, look, when it comes to hearsay and stuff like that, I don't do drama. I'll just come right out and tell you that this is what's happening. I'll say it straight up. If it's something that bad, I will say, yeah, it's bad. If it wasn't, I would have just speak about it.
Arnold Classic UK, the rematch. As we hope Hadi will make it.
Yes.
What's the difference we're gonna do to try to win versus Hadi this time? It's only been 2 weeks since last show, so it's not easy. What's the game plan?
I mean, we know me, even a week is enough for me to change my physique quite drastic. And the main part of this that is going to be a big, big step up. I'm at home. This is my hometown. I'm at home. There's no traveling. There's no food prep, finding hotels and restaurant that does the meal you like, and finding a place to prepare your meals and running from a different gym to another gym. There's none of those things that you normally have to put up with once you're going traveling for a show. There's no spending another week somewhere else before you get on stage. You're right here in your house, in your home. Hell, the show is 2 hours down the road, drive from me. So I'm right here in my most comfort zone I can possibly. Where I make my most progress is when I'm at home. So this is going to be a big change. This is going to be something different because we haven't done something like this. We haven't done a show at home since 2021. So this for me
That
is
was
already a
versus
big.
Nathan Diasha, Arnold Classic
Yes, Arnold
UK.
Classic 2020. Yes, yeah. So this is going to be something that is different in that stead already. That's already a big heads up. And the same thing even for Mel, she'll be working with me in a situation that we are both familiar with. She see me week to week, see me go through the prep. She knows when I'm looking my best, when I'm looking my worst, when I'm retaining water, when I'm driest. She's seen it. She's gone through it with me the whole time. So we are both, if we're going to ever try something new now and really capitalize on bringing our best to state, this is the perfect environment for it. We've already done the Arnold US. We've seen, okay, yeah, we were good there, but we've seen now, okay, things that might have manipulated my look a bit, we now have the chance to fix it, and we're fixing it right here at home. So this will be a really good one. The biggest flaw that did happen was the fact that I was ill last week. But thank God, through the weekend, I've definitely gotten a lot better. Woke up this morning, done cardio, looking at it going, okay, your body's back to what we know it's like. Okay, now we got the week to just rail it in and get that last peak just right for this one. So for us, this is going to be a very, very big test to say, okay, can we get this look that we've been chasing for so long? And believe me, people don't understand that. They think, oh man, why don't you just get it? Why don't you just do it? And you almost want to crack up laughing, going, do you think that is not as frustrating for us? Do you think it's not as frustrating for me? Do you think it's not frustrating? Do you think we're not trying? And that frustration can lead to you just losing your shit all the time. So being at home, being in your most relaxed place and your almost relaxed domain and be like, okay, this is it. You can then play and manipulate things just accordingly. It's going to be a real good test to say, okay, right, what we can do.
Are you doing anything different? Are you suffering? Well, you're already suffering, so that's people seeing your 3 eggs after cardio and posing.
Oh
And
man,
are you doing anything
even this
extra
morning,
or?
yes, yes, yes. Because this is the thing is that just because we've sort of like switched culture doesn't mean we're still in the same prep. You don't just throw everything out with the bathwater. That's not how it works. Your body's used to this. It's been used to this for the last how many months. If you try to manipulate things drastically now, you're gonna screw up. So you already know what your body's like. You're talking about final tweaks. This is what people don't understand. It's not a case of, oh, you just got to get freaking shredded and get everything. No, we're talking about the final week's tweaks, just the final part of getting the perfect balance between being dry and being separated and having that final look on stage. This is the final part that we're just trying to nail right. And being here is a position to be able to do that. So this is all it is. So everything else stays the same. But the final week, this is what we're trying to manipulate to find the perfect combination to bring it to the stage.
In the UK, do you have a special routine for the UK fans?
You know me,
because
man.
we remember the one to your late coach at the 2020, was it 2021?
2021 Arnold Classic. This
Milos?
exact show. This exact show is back in 2021. And that was the last time I competed in the UK home circuit. So it's only right, man, that I got to bring something special to this one. You know, we have a lot of friends and family support right here in the UK that most of the time they can't travel to see me and compete. Most of them can't make it to the US. They can't make it to Europe. Most of them they haven't seen me compete since 2021. Hell, my family hasn't seen me compete since then. And now they're coming to a show where things have changed a lot since 2021. And they're coming to watch me live. So, you know, it's going to be a very special one for me. And you know what? Yeah, I got to show them something special.
Good, because this is going to be a special moment. It's only 7 guys, I think. And all eyes are going to be on the routine. So it's going to be a great event. What a start of the year, Samson. Huh? What a start.
What a start of the year, you know. And honestly, I always take time to look back and look where we are and take stock for what we are doing right now, the place we're in. You smile and you think, man, what a life, what a place to be. Like, I remember we met back in 2018 in Romania, where you did my very first interview.
I remember that, yeah.
Show interview, you know, and we met then. And to see where we were at then, placing, I think we were 11th at a show in Romania, to being here, you know, top 3 in the world, you know, and battling out for a spotlight for the Olympia. It's a big jump and a big change. And you know what? Sometimes you do have to stop and take stock of it and realize how far you've come and sort of understand that, you know what, it's been absolutely a blessing and a freaking amazing journey. So yeah, you got to smile and say, well, we're going to keep pushing, man. We're going to keep going.
The most improved bodybuilder since 2018 to now. I don't think there's anyone even in the same league when it comes to improvements. Obviously, Lunsford done a great job going from 212 to winning, but I think your jump was even more because you were in like 7th, 8th place in Romania in the certified, proven top 3 best bodybuilder in the world. And now it's just about finding the correct peak, and then it's going to be lights out.
Yeah. And, you know, and we still got so much left in the tank.
Yeah.
And so much time and so much thing to go, because the thing is, everybody seems to expect it to all happen immediately, happen now. And it's a testament to the generation we're in now. We want everything now. But my understanding when I started this sport was it's a marathon, not a race. We've already ran as fast as we could to go from not being able to qualify for the Olympia to qualify for Olympia, doing your first Olympia, being 6th place, winning an Arnold Classic, and then jumping into being top 3 in the world in the space of what, 2 years? That is a very, very big jump that you don't see normally.
Huge jump.
You know, but yet everybody's like, but we want you to win the Olympia now. We want you to do it now. I'm like, patience. Patience goes a long way, because I'm patient enough to say, yeah, I haven't ever had a moment to really take it all in, the idea that I'm number 3 in the world. And I've even had a chance to do it, because we've gone from show to show to show to show to show. We haven't actually had a break to really sink it all in. But then everybody's already expecting you to just come out and win the Olympia. And I'm like, dude, like, give us some time, man. It will happen. And I know that it's only a matter of time before it happens. But at the same time, I want to be able to remember and take in the journey, so it doesn't all become a blur by the time I'm done and go, oh, that went fast. So if I'm patient enough to realize that it's just a matter of time, I just say, people, man, relax. It's a matter of time. We're coming. We're not going backwards. That's one thing for sure. We're not going backwards, and we're not staying still. We're improving. So it's only a matter of time.
Good luck. A couple days out, Arnold Classic UK, the rematch. Fans of Samson Dauda are hoping for the results to change, but we want to see the win. But no matter what, we're excited for the show. Good luck, and I'm sure all the Hostile crew that's been sponsoring you now are super proud of the improvements, and they're all excited about the future.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And Hostile is going to be here in the UK for the show. Hostile, I know a lot of people in the UK have been requesting, a lot of people in the whole of Europe have been requesting to Hostile. When is Hostile going to come, to this side of the world? So Hostile are going to be there at the show. They're going to have a booth. So guys, come say hello to the team. Come say hello to us. We're going to be there. And yeah, man, come celebrate with us.
We want to see some new pics with you and Sam Sulek post down.
Oh, yeah. That'll be cool. That'll be definitely a good one.
Everyone's coming, correct?
Oh, yeah. We are all going to be here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. And try to eat. Well, you're not going to enjoy your birthday. There's no extra carbs. So there's no hamburger carb up more.
Look, I go 5 days, man. 5 days. Not even that. I think, I go 5 days because the show is finished on Saturday night. So I go 5 days. After 5 days, I can let my hair down and celebrate. But just 5 more days. That's all it is.
Thank you for setting the record straight on so many topics, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, AJ. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.